James Thomas, the Wounded Warrior Project and the NFL team up to shine. So, a light on the importance of managing mental health. Today, I got Morgan Fonts, defensive end for the Atlanta Falcons, and his father, who's an Army veteran. And we're going to talk about, hey, guys aren't too tough to ask for help, especially mental health. Good morning, Morgan. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Morning, morning. I'm
Morning,
doing
how are
great.
you?
I'm doing great. So, Joe, what mental health challenges do veterans face when returning to civilian life?
Yeah, warriors can face a whole host of issues, ranging anywhere from PTSD to anxiety, depression, loss of a purpose, loss of identity, and to really becoming isolated and becoming lonely. And so we're here today to kind of talk about that and see how we can make a difference.
Definitely. Morgan, what is it like growing up in a military family that faced some of these challenges?
Growing up in it, it's something that you learn to adapt to. It's something that at first you think is normal, and then your dad leaves to go on deployment and comes back a year later, and he's not necessarily the same. Something's definitely shifted, and so you learn to kind of accommodate the different things. You don't wake people up by shaking their foot or jumping on them anymore. You don't surprise people or sneak up on them. That's something I definitely wouldn't advise. And you just try not to trigger anything. You learn to be a little bit more courteous and cautious around people, but it's something you definitely have to learn to adapt to.
Joe, what is the Wounded Warrior Project's mission and how does the organization help veterans manage their mental health?
Yeah, so the Wounded Warrior Project's mission is to honor and empower its warriors. And so we do this through a host of different programming, and some of those include mental health programming. And one in particular is the Project Odyssey program. And Project Odyssey is a 12-week program that is launched by a 5-day in-person workshop that is designed to help improve resiliency and psychological well-being. We do this by providing positive coping skills to help battle PTSD, military sexual trauma, and TBI. It's really about improving your resilience, your mental health, and getting individuals connected with one another.
Joe, how is the NFL involved in this work? And tell us more about the WWP/NFL partnership.
Yeah, so we at Winter Warrior Project is absolutely lucky to have the NFL be one of our partners in programming. And so through their support and through their program of Salute to Service, they are able to help us reach lots and lots of warriors out there that are struggling with mental health and help them be able to find the support that they need. It's through the NFL's partnership that players like Morgan and other teammates are able to also see how they can lean in and how they can help us as well. And so through that support, we're able to keep all of our programming free to our warriors and continue to be able to give some of these life-saving programs to the warriors that are most in need.
Morgan, we hear you recently attended a Wounded Warriors Project mental health event with the veterans. What did you take away from the experience?
I did. It was awesome, and I took away a lot. I took away watching these veterans come together from all corners of the country as complete strangers, and then leaving, learning to have these mental health skills, to have these skills to get you out of that hole. Sometimes we all inevitably dig ourselves into, and watching the Wounded Warrior Project help put mindfulness and coping these coping mechanisms into action, and then using them to help yourself get out of that hole is something that I pulled away from it.
Now, Morgan, what can men learn from veterans when it comes to taking care of their mental health?
At the end of the day, go find help. The first step is going to ask, and whether it's calling a friend, calling a family member, just because we're, especially as men, we're always taught to just bear the burden alone. You don't need to talk to anyone. We can kind of suck it up, be tough, move around. And then watching these people that I idolize as the toughest of the tough, the first thing they do is go get help, which is difficult for anybody, but I feel like it might even be more difficult for veterans to go take a step forward and get help. So if the people who have a lot to deal with can take a step forward to do it, then it's something that I think most men should be able to do as well.
If one of our viewers has a veteran friend or family member who is struggling, where can they go for help?
Yeah, I would direct them to the internet, right to woundedwarriorproject.org. that's where you're going to be able to get connected to the resources that we have available right off the bat. If somebody's struggling and needs immediate help, I would send them to the crisis line of 988 so that they can get taken care of and receive the support and care that they need right now.
I've been speaking with Morgan Fox and his dad, Joe. Well, two last questions. First one is for you, Joe. Baby boomers. Now, all these baby boomers from World War II, you've had these fathers who today it's PTSD. Back then it was called shell shock.
Yeah.
How do you think, talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm a third generation combat veteran myself. So I've, as a young man growing up, I got to watch the struggles that my grandfather serving in World War II went through, and then living with my own father who served in Vietnam, seeing some of those struggles and thinking, oh, that's not going to be me when I get out of service. And then coming home and recognizing, being able to quickly recognize that, hey, I'm dealing with something more than some bumps and bruises and some sore legs or sore back. And so finding a way to ask for help that maybe in the past they were not able to do, or those resources weren't available, led me to find strength from those warriors that have been able to tell me, no, you need to go look for help. And so that's the message I think that both Morgan and I would like to pass along is hey, you may be struggling now, but there's help out there. And so whether it's a friend, a battle buddy, or your parents or the boomer generation, reach out to somebody. There's somebody there that cares.
I appreciate that very much, Joe. Morgan, one last question for you. You know what it is. All right, so KC and the Eagles Super Bowl last year. We would love to see Atlanta Falcons back in the Super Bowl. What's your prediction for this year?
Man, being 10 years in the league, I don't really make a lot of predictions. I've been really impressed with the team coming in this year. I think we have a good squad, and we're just going to take it a week at a time. I think everybody's ultimate goal is to get to the Super Bowl, but right now we're trying to take it, one rep at a time, one day at a time, and see where that builds to. And I think we have a lot of the right guys in the building, a lot of the right staff. So, at the end of the day, I think we have a good squad, but we're just going to take it a day at a time.
Hey, Joe, talking about mental health, doesn't that sound just like mental health? Taking a rep at a time and take it a day at a time?
I'm sorry, I think we're breaking up. I can't hear you. Thank you so much for everything, and we'll chat soon.
Okay, thank you.